And we should be live. Let me go ahead and check. Says we are, but are we actually live? Alright, there's an ad playing. That's a good sign. And the answer is yes, we are in fact live. Awesome. Alright, hello everyone. Ace here. Welcome to today's live stream. And today I am back with some more Majora's Mask, courtesy of two ships. So, let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? So the last stream, we ended up... get this going again. There we are. The chat is now showing up for me. There we go. Last stream we ended up doing the Deku Palace. Well, not the Deku Palace, the Woodfall Temple. So now we will be going and getting the setup for the next area, which is to the north. But there is one more thing I want to do before we actually get finished with Woodfall, because I realized I actually forgot something. There is another heart piece we can pick up. We have to get a perfect score a second time at the archery range in the... So we'll go here. Nice, alright. I'm playing my own time. Now just finished collecting the eggs in the bay. Ah, yes, that. Yeah, that's one of the more... I would argue the egg collection is one of the more time-consuming parts of this game, so... Good work on that. So what I will be doing is going over to get the final heart piece, or the other heart piece that I missed, which is from... There we are. So the other heart piece, which is going to be from the archery range in the swamp. That's where we're going to be going first. Oh yeah, I need to do this. Yeah, I don't like it much. Yeah. That's the one thing that's really... That's one of the... I'd say that's probably the least fun part of the game. That, or maybe trying to use the Elegy of Emptiness for the... to get to the final temple. That is another... But at least the Elegy is... It's because you have to keep doing it, but there are ways around to speed that process up, at least. Especially if you don't have enough bottles, and you will not. At least not at the start. I don't think you'll have enough bottles, period, for one go in any case. But at least you can maybe get up to 4 bottles before you start, though, so that might be something. I do need to have a look, see where you get the other bottles in this game, just for the sake of it. I know you can get one of them as part of the cafe side quest. I don't really need this. Or talk to him, but eh. Oh yeah, I was going to go and deposit that money. Whoops. Alright, well, we just do that right now. At least it fixes all the load screen issues here. Yeah, that's also a pain, but it's a one-time section. The eggs need to be done more than once. I mean, once you get through the pirate fortress and the actual... Yeah, you only really need to do the eggs, I think. Well, you only need to get the eggs to get the song that they'll give you. Alright, there we go. So yeah, 3 was almost enough for the eggs. Sorry about that, guys. Alright. Alright, sorry about that, guys. So, let's go ahead and continue. We'll head up here. We already did that heart piece. Actually, no, I'm being silly. Okay. Like I said, we'll start with the southern swamp. We'll try to do that. There we are. But we are already also almost done with the... I do need to get something to... Oh yeah, I can get 50 rupees or so by just getting the money from her real quick. Can do this as well. Yeah, you also get the hook shot to shortcut. Yep. Alright, now. We'll use the smell mask to get the items that we need, which is mainly, in this case, going to be this bad boy. Salutations, Ace. Welcome to the stream, Eric. But yeah, we get ourselves some rupees out of this map, and then we'll go and do the little mini game there, and then from there we'll be able to head straight north once we get the heart piece, and then we'll be good. Not seeing the cache issues you're having. I'm wondering if there's why there. It's probably because I'm using an external on this, to be honest. I think that's what it is. Alright, now we will get a second one, and then we'll just give her that to get more money. Wonder if it'll even let us collect it. Nope, you have to have this. Actually. Yep. So now that we're done on that, that should give us enough for a few tries, and then we'll see how this goes. Yeah, those HD textures are massive. I didn't know it was going to inflate the game size that much. Yeah. Okay, so it's only another 20 rupees, but that's still enough to get us a couple tries. I think it's... you need 2 to actually be getting a perfect score anyways. I think we'll need to get a perfect score in any case, so... Alright, this should basically get us enough. And this might have even reloaded everything. Let's find out. Yeah, it reloaded some of it. Then once we get this sorted, we'll have basic... well, we might be able to get another rupee or something from here. Yep. So that's 3 tries right there, basically, and this will make it 4 tries. So, if I can't get it in 4 tries, it'll be pretty embarrassing. Do you ever spin the stick to do the whirl attack? I've gotten pretty good doing it on command. Quick spin the grass lawnmower style. I could do that. You're right. I just need more practice, I think. I know it's necessary to do it that way for the, I know it's necessary to do that for... We'll do it once. Or try to do it. Yeah, okay. There we are. Whoops. How did I do that? Oh, that's what I did. Yeah, it also looks like it lowers the range, though, a little bit compared. I could be wrong on that, but yeah. We're actually getting close to having yet another shot in reserve, too, up to 5 shots, which would be pretty good for that. Well, yes, quick spin also doesn't consume magic. Yeah. But it does seem to have its own trade-off. It seems to nerf the reach. I don't know. It seems to, from what I'm seeing. It always uses the maximum range. Okay, well, we can try it again. Huh. Okay, maybe it does. Alright, we're close to having. Say that after the upgraded, it does increase the spin range, whether it's charged or quick. Okay. It didn't have the spin attack upgrade. It used... Yeah. Thanks. Your license to exist has expired. Yeah, pretty much. Now, if we can get ourselves a couple. Okay, thanks, game. I was gonna... Well, let's just get another heart piece, and then maybe... Well, there was our secret. Alright, now we're good to go. That key was going to take the game with it, lol. Yeah. To have perfect... Yep, yes you do have to have perfect... Here we go. Could've just did that. Alright, now let's go ahead. See if he remembers our... We need another perfect time. Alright, that should get us going. It's funny how the Goron can't punch the slimes to death, yeah. But he can do one attack that can melee them to death, I think. It's just really difficult to pull off. Alright. And there's our heart piece. Now we can head north. Riveting. Yep. GG. Yeah, I didn't do... Yeah. I did enough to get the heart piece, at least. So that's something. The ground pound, also charge rolling. Yeah, I think also, if you want to get into it, the third attack, which is the... where he actually moves the entire... or he basically, I guess, causes a shockwave through his movements. Through the punch attacks. The very last one, you can actually damage the slimes with, so... There we go. Just cut through town, since it is faster. Alright, you're good. Hip check. Yeah, the hip check. Charge rolling does do it too. So now we head up north. Get around the Dodongo. We're probably going to have enough. We're definitely going to, I think, have enough. We don't have to grind for rupees anymore, basically. So this isn't enough on its own for one hit, but 2 hits does do it. And now we can head north into the cold. And since we don't need this right now, an explosion didn't kill this thing. Neat. Well, I could just use a bomb and blast it. Oh yeah! There is a bomb bag upgraded here to be found. Neat. I have an idea. Let's see what's over here that... I don't think there's anything there, but you never know. It might be worth... Yeah, no. Oh well, worth a shot at least. You do emulator? Yeah. I had to pull 200 out of my bank for the bag. Yeah, but I could probably get that by the time we get done with this area. So, this guy that was shivering that we just saw is Don Garo. He gives us the Don Garo mask, which I would argue is actually the worst mask in this game. Pro gamer move. I would call it the worst mask in the game for a couple of reasons. One of them is the fact that you actually... It does actually take a little bit of work to actually unlock the actual... Well, the big reason, right? So, the reward for the mask, to actually get it, requires the most work for the least reward. It's a single heart piece. So, but to get that, you have to clear in a single cycle. Basically, go to the mini boss of 2 different bosses, as well as defeat a 3rd boss in order to get his little reward. Okay, we can't go this way. Now, the reason why we can't go that way is because, of course, we need Goron Link in order to do that. Yes. This is probably the way we need to go right here. I just need to find some stuff here to do this. Which emulator are you using? I'm using Two Ships to Harkonnen, which is not an emulator, it's a PC port. Okay. Gotcha. And the wolf has died. Alright. Alright, Tingle, let's get the map. Romani Ranch, which is a hint of where we need to go next. There's a couple of reasons why. One, that gives us a Epona song, and the ability to actually get Epona. The other reason why we need it... Actually, that's the main reason. Okay, just disappear, thank you. Nintendo be like, yeah. Official, of course, but also way better than if Nintendo made it. Unironically, yes, but... Okay. So now we are in the Goron village. Will become a land where no living thing can survive. Without courage and determination, you will surely collapse from the extreme collision. Burns bright within you, then there's another story. Yes, I will proceed. Toward the shrine across the way, so follow behind me. Do not be daunted by appearances, instead let your feelings guide you, and the true path shall be open before you. Are you ready? Follow behind me. A slight Star Wars reference there. But very Sith-like. Oh, shoot. Oh, no, you don't. Ah! I've certainly been assured of your courage and determination. From here on, you must not be fooled by appearances. You must rely on your feelings. Okay, we now have the first of our new goodies. Alright. Now, there's a reason to use this. There's a treasure chest there. And an invisible enemy. Here we go. Okay. Bombs galore. Should give us another 30 or 50 rupees here or something, if I remember correctly. Yep. So now we have. There we go. Alright. We will need the Lens of Truth. There we are. Wait, they got another remake going? Alright. Now, we follow him. Who's doing the Deus Ex remake? Oh, yeah, that. I was hoping to get a magic jar, but no. Well, we can still follow him without it, so we don't really need magic. At least not for this part. Okay. Night Dive makes the best remake. I don't even hesitate anything with their name. Yeah. However, I don't think they're the ones doing it. I think it is a different company, and that's part of the problem. There we go. We are now 5 rupees away from getting what we need to get the latest bomb bag. Asper, that. Yeah, it's Asper. That's who did it. And Asper is really sketchy on their remasters, so. They've had some good ones, or at least ones that are in the territory of it makes sense to buy them. But they've also made things like the Battlefront 2 remaster. Okay, we need to get over here in order to unlock the hot water springs. And that gives us a very time-sensitive item. Actually, let's see what we need. That way. Okay. So I played this so many times, I've actually at one point memorized how to do this without even using the Lens of Truth, so. But. It's probably way right here. Yes. Alright. Immersion. Left, right, left. Right, left, right. Yep. We got to the 2 rank games and then Soul Reaver. Soaring, one said the one who could see me would be arriving soon. Seems that turned out to be true. I'm Darmani III. The proud blood of proud Goron heroes runs in me. This feels strange for me to say, but when I was alive, I was a renowned warrior and veteran. Yes, when I was alive. Alas, I am now dead. It's fine until I marched off to Snowhead by myself, hoping that I could drive off a demon. It had been wreaking havoc on the Goron village. Then the blizzard at Snowhead blew me into the valley. And now, here I am. How infuriating. So I can only watch as the Goron village is slowly buried in ice. I may have died, but I cannot rest. So, you can use magic. Soaring One also told me that you are able to use it. I beg you, bring me back to life with your magic. If it is beyond your power, then I beg of you to do this for me instead. Heal my sorrows. Any way that you can do it will suffice. Please, heal my sorrows. No. Alright, I just played OG2 by Pandemic, but most remakes look good, they do. It's really hard to recapture the old 1942 style of engine and soothing melody. My sorrows are melting away into the song. I'd like to know who buried this guy's body in a hot spring. Lore. And now we have the Goron mask. I leave my undying feelings with you. The deeds I accomplished while living are carved in my grave. You should read it. Alright. Letters you have never seen before. Yes, the Gorons have their own language, but now... Now we can read it. Darmani III rests here. In honor of a great hero, this memorial is inscribed with the knowledge of a great hero. You read the knowledge imparted by the hero. Chosen Goron hero, your power to lift objects without effort is mightier than the strength of any other. And your heart is strong too, as it is filled with compassion that is kinder than any other. Press A so that they may curl up and roll wherever it is they may need to go. If Gorons who possess magic power roll swiftly enough, spikes will emerge from their bodies so that they may mow down enemies. Water is disastrous for Goron heroes, for they sink like stones and are rendered motionless in the deep. Beware. Powerful punch that Goron heroes unleash by pressing B is feared by all. By repeating pressing B, Goron heroes can deal out a barrage of punches. After using A to curl up, and Goron can jump with B and land. Quaking impact that is so mighty it can flatten enemies. Yep. And that's all we really need to know about this over here. Well, it's not just that. So, now we grab this to activate the hot springs. Maybe the explanation is that burying him in the hot springs was the only way to go because the land was basically so frozen they couldn't bury him anywhere else and had to use the one area that wasn't frozen and wasn't in a, therefore... No, you're not the great Darmani, are you? Then just whose grave was I making? Did you come back to life because it was so warm beneath your grave? But yeah, I'm going to say that the possible explanation is that the cold has been so severe that they can't even dig into the ground really to bury people, so... You were frozen, but the great Darmani saved you. Great Darmani, what's with you? Are you half asleep? Did you hear the guy? The great Damani died long ago and is lying in his grave. Hey, Damani! I was shocked too, but somehow it seems the great Damani isn't dead. Really? Thus a star of hope appears in the Goron village. Please do something about the blizzard blowing in from... Yep. Now we do need to actually go back in here, get another one of these, now that we've saved the guy. Bro got PTSD from song Skawi. That's a better explanation than I came up with. I've heard similar stories in real life, in cases where the weather is so extreme that you can't actually bury people. Oh, we have to be careful about this. If we screw up, we... Alright. I remember one time I tried doing that, jumped, missed it, and landed neck first onto one of those platforms. And it just drained almost all the life. I went from full health to... something like 1 heart or maybe even a quarter heart. It was ridiculous. So ever since, I have been... Get out of here. No! Ah, you... Okay. Fine, whatever, we'll go back up. So yeah, we do have to hurry in order to get that particular hot spring done, too. Rip and rip, yeah. At least we're close to getting another... We're 2 rupees away from getting... 1 rupee away from getting... the other item we need. I think that's the spot. Oh. Oh, there. That line there. 6, 8. Yeah, if it does that, we can just do that. Alright, literal in Metroid Prime OMG, yeah. F, yeah, I know. Dodge a terrible winter blast for Wizardoo Key. Alright, let's go back. I will be able to, hopefully. But we are on a very strict time limit. Probably a minute or so to actually make it to where we need. Oh, weird toast. Now we're cooking. Okay. No, you don't. Love how unreasonably racist this game is. People don't talk to you unless sometimes you're wearing the wrong mask. Yeah. Pretty sure Nintendo wouldn't accept that now. If that's also, but that's just kind of the setting in general, I think. At least for this game. It. It is part of the game's world, so... I think there's gonna be some goodies in here, so let's do this. Well, there's the treasure chest. I mean, there's 0 point in me picking it up like this, because it's a single rupee either way. But we can at least get this. Yeah, like it is more flavor. Okay, let's find out where our dear friend is. There we go. We'll get him. Now that we've got that, he'll actually be able to teach us a song. What was I doing? Oh, it's already late. I must hurry. Oh, you're Darmani. You're supposed to be dead. Am I hallucinating? Maybe this is also doing Snowhead's magic power. We made a fool of... But that's impossible. I refuse to flinch. If you can see past the illusion, you'll vanish in an instant. You any good? One who we don't see. Have you seen some business with? Know what has me so rushed? It's the cold snap brought on by the stresses of and the image of my own poor son crying continuously because of this biting cold. As the elder, I must do something about the situation the village has been plunged into. This is our problem. We shall rely not on the strength of state. Alright, so let's see if... Yeah, we actually have to talk to the sun first. I forgot. Hopefully, at least, I don't have to do this part of the quest again. And this thing can stay unfrozen. Ah, well. While we're at it, we'll also get our upgraded bomb bags. Special trade-in. Biggest bomb bag. Turn, you'll give me your big bomb bag and just 200 rupees. Yes. And in we go. Did you play Twilight TW Med to Zelda Mod? No, I don't think I have. Now there should be a shop right down here we can go in. I forget what they have. I don't think it's a whole lot, but you know. Yeah, bombs, arrows, and red potion. Okay. Now we go back, we go talk to the elder after we free him again. That'll actually give us the song we need. Darmani, you're supposed to be dead, but you're alive. The Elder was troubled because he thought you were dead. Well, too. The Elder went to Snowhead and hasn't come back, so now his son is so lonely he won't stop crying. Find the Goron Elder and ask him to come back. I'll never be able to sleep. Just keeps getting colder outside, even here. So that is actually part of the quest to get the Dongaro mask. So we'll go there after we get the dude unfroze so we can actually talk to him. Alright, that stayed unfrozen, so we can now get this again, talk to him again. Twilight is progressing on a PC port. Would you play that on stream once it's complete? Yeah, why not? Let you talk to my son, maybe you're not a phantom after all. Yeah, pretty much. So let's see if I actually got close enough for this to count. Yes, I did. What? My son is crying because he misses me? Why do you know that? My son misses me. Forgive me, my child. Your father has work to do. Be you a ghost or figment of my imagination, I no longer care. If you feel pity for my crying son, please quietly sing my son to sleep with the song I am about to play on my drum. The very same melody that was often played for you when you were young. Let me play it once more. I'll just teach you the beginning. Okay. Alright, we now have the song. And now we play it for the kid, who will then actually teach us the proper, full version of it. And then and from there we will finally have access to the... So it's so cold I can't play it very well. At any rate, I'm counting on you. Okay. Fair. Now, what I could do is actually do the dungeon. I'm seriously considering going through the whole dungeon since we do have the time for that. And then because we'll have enough time anyways, because and then for the next stream we'll actually do the whole thing with... Won't be able to do the Don Garo mask, but I will at least be able to do some of the other stuff, because in this case, the actual side quest stuff happens after you do the actual dungeon, much of it. Getting the sword upgrade is the key thing, of course, so... That's what we'll actually probably go through the dungeon on this run. Get all the fairies as well, and then we'll be golden. Okay. Should be in an old folks' home, not on an adventure. I know, but he's also the elder, so he's kind of the leader as well. So, credit where credit is due to him, I guess, for trying to man up and all that, so. Song, that's the song Daddy always plays for me for us. I'll sing the next part. Okay. It's also basically made of stone, kind of invincible. Yep, he's got courage, I'll give him that. Yeah. Name the Goron Lullaby. Now, there is actually another thing we can do, and this is where we get the Dongaro's mask part done. Now that we have the lights. So long as we keep the torches lit, it'll actually allow us to get this next thing set up. Boom. Now we can start this part. Alright. He's still asleep, but everyone else did wake up. No. Okay, we'll do that again. We just got to get it a few times, and then we get the... Actually, no, I won't be able to do it with arrows. I have to do it with bomb form. Maybe in theory, I don't remember if I can do bomb arrows in this, or if it's just ocarina time, but maybe bomb arrows might be a useful thing to try. Okay, so it's not going to be this. Yeah, I think it is just ocarina that you can use the bomb arrows. Okay, unfortunate. Worth a shot. Miss. There we go. Bongos explode, which is how you break rocks. How fleshy Gorons are, but they have durability. Yeah, they do. Ah, damn, so close. If I had just a little bit more, I'd have had it. That's okay. We'll get this, which means we'll get the Dongaro mask, and then from there, we'll do the dungeon. That's 2 of those down. We only need 3 more. Alright. Oops. I don't think that's gonna work. That might, though. I missed just barely, though. Alright, but if we get that, though, we'll have it. Because eventually, either we hit all of them, or... Either we hit all of them, or we get lucky. Looks like we do have to hit all of them, though. Ah, well. Or at least, though, another way. Let's... Ah, it's so close. Okay. Okay, now. So close. Alright, we did lose a little health there. That's okay. Magic is up again. I think I have it figured out here. I just need to get the timing just right and we'll be golden. So I think what we need to do is wait for that to be right about there. Well, that's the right one. Okay. I don't think there's any additional rewards to busting the last one, but we might as well just to see. Maybe the game will reward us with a heart piece. Got lucky. So we gotta wait until that's basically the opposite direction of us. Like that. Yep. Oh well. Now this is how we feed Don Garo and get his mask. And once he is done, didn't check, so I'm curious now. I had a lot more patience for things like this when I was a kid. Yeah. Okay. Looks like we have to go this route. That's okay though. We'll just get up here. Once we feed Don Garo, yes, should be an easy Saint Metallica. Alright, so we'll then be able to make it to the next area. I think there might actually be a heart piece available in that area where we do the jumps. So we'll try that when we get the chance. But let's, in the meantime, rescue Don Garo, get his mask, and then we'll be good. Now, I do recall also, if we really want to get the sword upgrade for this dungeon, it does require... Gotten stuck here. Rock sirloin. Why, if it isn't Armani, you are alive. Yes, I see. That is the reason why you knew my favorite food. Almost forgot. Please accept this as a token of gratitude. That no one even think twice if you were to direct the frog choir. The spring will come soon so I can hear the frog's enthusiastic performance. Well, as I might. It's still cold. I'm going back to Goron Village. Okay. So that guy has been saved, and we have gotten a new mask as a direct result. Okay. There we go. Worth a shot. Now we can go over this way and see if we can... Oh, these things. Yeah, these things are a pain. But it doesn't matter if I can actually stop them like that. Okay, there should be something over there, and I think... There's... Ah, dear. Hold on, we might have a way over there. Now... It looks like, yeah, what I need is the scarecrow. So I need to do the scarecrow song in order to get that. That's fine. I should have it, so we should be golden in any case. Oh, no you don't. No! Put me right at the start. Okay, fine. All right. That tree doesn't. Okay. We'll just do this. Isn't the song reset on each cycle? Yeah. Takes a full cycle to upgrade your sword. Made that mistake. Yes, it does. Which is why we probably won't even bother. Alright. We will, however, like I said, get this dungeon done, get the fairy upgrade from this, and then after that, we could get the extra thing, the extra bottle from that. I'm trying to think of how the you acquire the other bottles. Because I do want to have at least 4 or so bottles before I get into the pirates' fortress. That way we don't have to spend multiple trips on that one mini dungeon. Now, it looks like there might be some additional... No, it's just a set dressing. That's fine, though. Alright, here we go. So we do need momentum to get up there. Neat. Once we get up here, we will be up to 10, and get this dungeon done though, we'll be up to 10 hearts, which will be very nice. It'll basically put us at the halfway point for our maximum health potential. Alright, we made it right through that. For those who don't know, to get the fairies, all you have to do, or get to the Great Fairy, all you have to do is go down here and we'll be golden. You gotta engage the 4x4. Yeah. For you 200 rupees. I sold my gold dust to the merchant because I thought I couldn't use it the first time. Yeah. Yeah, that would be an easy Couple money. Yeah, money. Actually, everyone can die in that. Gonna be some wolf. Okay, 2 can play this. Boom. God, the textures look so good in this. Okay. We do have to deal with these bad boys. Oh yeah, I need to use this periodically. So let's see if there's any fairies in this room. No. That includes that, so that's good. There are a couple in here though, so... Is it just blocked? It might be blocked. That's why. Cool. Well, that's my fault, 110%. But I can fix that. Because these guys are vulnerable to arrows. I said, never mind, I guess. Well, I can at least throw bombs and stuff at them, so that will work, maybe. Nope. Deku Scrub mode. Let's blast you with our magic bubble. Nope, invulnerable to that too. Well, I think our options suggest bomb chews as the course. Not enough. Okay. Yeah, we definitely went through the various choices, so we do have to just do the jump. Yeah, fine. Yes, I was going to do that, Tannel. Thank you. Now, we can at least kill this thing. We can also... So that's both the fairies in here dealt with, which is neat. You can see what's down here. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot down here, but it's worth having a look. Wait, we could potentially bomb that guy. Yeah. Climb up. Womp womp. Hey, watch out. Hey, yeah, I know. Maybe you need fire arrows. Yeah, I know. Fire arrows will do the trick. I think, now that I think about it, hookshot also kills these dudes. It's just we don't have a hookshot and don't get a hookshot till later. And I screwed that up. Whoops. Alright, so I guess fire arrow or potentially bomb. We might be able to hit that thing. it might be just close enough, because if we actually look, I think there is... Nah. I think I'm not gonna miss if I try that, but... I keep getting screwed by the camera, and it's 100% my fault every single time. I will. So I'm going to use Z-targeting here to try to not screw up again. And now we can continue. See what's in here first. Game. There we go. Life was so simple in the 64 days. It's better if you wait for fires. Yeah. Yes, it is. And this is the main room. We have to climb this tower one piece at a time in order for things to go well. I could go this route. Let's see actually though what's over in here. Because there is a little area here we might blast me. There's something. And that's the map, and that's a ferry. Ah, so we will need to get another... We will need to go through the other area first, but at least we now have the map, so that's something. Thankfully, there's 30 years of backlogs to fall back on if that happens. And yeah, I'm getting a little scared for gaming in the future. Big companies are attacking Steam and trying to make description models the norm. Yeah. For noticeably worse games a lot of times, too. Oh, thank you for making that easy for me, game. What? What do you mean I can't just use this to... I can't use it to actually... Okay. So that should head downstairs, which we will need to go there anyways. There we go. Yeah, I think we actually have to kill all of those in order to do a part of it. There we go. If anything happens to us, we can now use the ferry to revive us. Here's an advantage about being Goron. We are fire resistant. Okay, I didn't know that if we needed to actually kill all these guys first in order for us to get this. I guess not. Well, that's ferry number 4. Already getting a good chunk of the way through that. If you need hot water to melt ice, or fire arrows, either works. But yeah, it is amusing how me trying to light me trying to meld it with a fire stick doesn't actually work. But a fire arrow apparently will do the trick. Yeah, I screwed that one up. Fine. I will own that. Okay, back up we go. Game stopped being fun. The thing is, this game is still fun here, so it's not, of course, an issue with gaming as a media. It is an issue with how they are just being badly made these days. And there's a lot of I suspect the biggest reason is one of priority at the end of the day. Because if you think about it, a lot of games, when it comes to priority, a lot of games basically, well, let's just get this done here. There's a treasure chest up there. Got a key which we can use in that one door, which would be nice. So, anyways. Alright. There is... But yeah, the reason why you wanted... The reason is priorities, like I said. So... when it comes to priorities, think of it this way. And with the political correctness thing, which has been a problem for a very long... Which has been a major problem. They basically, a game developer gets told they have to make their game a certain way. And so their resources, which are finite, even if you're even if you throw as much money as you want and have as many developer individuals as you want, that creates its own problems. But anyways, but the problem is that you basically have to prioritize the political correctness and all that nonsense for one thing, or shitty business models like microtransactions or the subscription thing, which seems to be big these days. And by doing that, they have to spend more time on that they could have been on developing a game's gameplay mechanics or the storytelling, things that, you know, actually benefit the player. We got the compass now. Now we know exactly how many... Good. Now that we know exactly how many treasure chests, and that there's one over here that we need to find and get a hold of, well, that does make our job slightly easier now, doesn't it? Okay, I can't use that, so we have to use a bomb. Neat. Oh yeah! I might as well do this. Yep. So, that treasure chest is no doubt got another fairy in it. Neat. We have 5 of the fairies in this area, so... Even EA was decent back then. This is true. I mean, EA was a terrible company. I would say that EA is most likely a terrible company to work for, even back in the day, for obvious reasons. But... Ah, okay. Okay, I think... Oh, we need a key. Ah, okay. Remember what the game taught us earlier. Alright. But yeah, the point is it's limited resources. Now, you could argue, okay, well, why not just have more developers? The problem is at that point, you kind of get too many cooks in the kitchen, and that results in a situation where the people that are making the game miss out on, basically might not necessarily be communicating what exactly the vision of the game should be. As a direct result, you have games that get a that start to feel very watered down in terms of the writing as a direct result of that, or in terms of other mechanics such as the yeah. And then it's also a good way to get bugs, too, if you have a whole bunch of people that don't necessarily communicate the best because you've got a team of literally hundreds of people designing a single game. So they'll make changes. Person A might not know why person B made the change or made the design decisions he did. Try to fix something that person B did. Failed to realize that by doing that, he created a half a dozen other problems. And yeah, that's how you end up with that sort of situation. So there you go. Okay. Now, whoops. I do believe this is also a room where there is another fairy to be found. If we use the... Yes. Don't forget the ceiling ace. Yep. We're up to 7 fairies now. Neat. Wait, what? Okay, back to the bunny hood. There we go. Now I've figured out the puzzle. Alright. There's a trick to this, so let's make sure we don't screw up and die horrifically. Now I know, ooh, it's over there, I think, that there's a fairy. Yes. We have to get to that, which does take a little while. Okay, there is a treasure chest over there. But I can't get to it right now. So, the route that we need to take is this way. Alright. And now we get a boss fight, or mini boss. And this is how we get fire arrows. Alright. I'm gonna avoid stepping over where the... Use the sound. Secret invisible stairs just didn't render the 2D after peeling back the hidden ceiling with the ends. Invisible stairs. What invisible stairs? I'll have to have a look, see if I can find these sacred invisible stairs. If I missed that there was stairs this whole time to that one area, it's right there, so yeah, there's no invisible stairs there. There's stairs there, but they're not invisible. They're very visible indeed. Alright. Let's see what we can do with some fire arrows. That's one route taken care of. Alright, and that's... I was hoping that would give me some magic, but I guess not. That's okay, though. We're up to, what, 7 fairies now? Yeah, so we're halfway done with that. Well, we got our magic, so we're golden. Now, this room does have... that, but yeah, shut up and we got you. And boom. Oh, I see. Alright, let's see if we... It should be a treasure chest here, so... Ah, shit. So it's just a fast way up. But we have to do this in order to actually get the fairy there. That's fine, though. Alright, that's fairy number 8. With that done, we can now go right back to here, see what we... This should take us just straight up stairs. Yes. So instead, let's go see what's downstairs. Actually, no. Let's see what's upstairs first. Because it's probably going to be that one area where we can't actually... Yeah. We can go down there. But we need a key in order to actually do anything for down there. And... Actually, wait. Let's see how far... I'm wondering how far away that one ferry is from this. Because if this is a good spot, or that over there is a potentially good spot, I might go... Okay, it's down there. Can I make this jump? I should be able to. In fact, it's probably going to be way too easy in this form, so... Don't want to bounce off. And I missed it entirely. But hey, now we know. Why does it have to be outside? How freaked out would you be if you went outside and encountered a rat with a bomb on its tail? True, yeah, it would be kind of weird, wouldn't it? So this is one of those 3 rooms that we couldn't get into. Yes, this one. Well, guys, your days are numbered. Let's see, we'll get this. And that's open. Alright, this is our 9th ferry. We just need 6 more of these. And we're good to go. Payback time indeed. Now we can go. Ooh. This should allow us to actually raise the platform, and this is where things start to get a little interesting again. It's also why we have this area base have its own entrance to the same room. Good design, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so this area, I do believe, still need to figure out where that goes. I think this over here might be the answer. Yep. All right. They regretted that one, all right. Now we have a treasure chest unlocked. We can potentially push that over and get ourselves that chest. That'll be hopefully ferry number 10, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. And this should also open it up to fairy number 11 in the form of that one in the next room. So we are doing nice on that. And we can also go back to that other room earlier, kill those 3 things from earlier, and that might give us another fairy. Yep, there we go. Alright, now we're really starting to cook, I think. So we'll head up this way. Did already go through there. Okay. And that's another one. So this is probably actually going to be a key, not a fairy. That's alright. We know where another one is. So we're now up to... We have 11 fairies. We know where the 12th one is. We can probably get a few more. Okay, let's make sure that this is everything. Yes. Yep. We already cleared this out. Remind me where this... Oh yeah, this actually goes back around here. That's okay. We know upstairs is where that next fairy is. That's fine. Now, how do I get over there again? Let's get ourselves some magic if it gained. Yep. Perfect. 2 fairies in that room already. Yeah. Mom, what did I tell you about bringing stray fairies home with you? Okay, so it's actually... Oh, no. Alright, so I think I know what I need to do. I need to go back here. Let's make sure. Yeah, we're good. There's no more treasure chests to be found down here, so we're good on that front. And we go down here also to lower the thing if we really want, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. What we need to do instead is head back in here, head back in here. That way killed those guys. Got that fairy. No need to waste magic if we don't have to. Except we do. Alright, we're good. Now, we need our Goron form here to do this. And then we go up here. No, you don't. There we go. Now. Oh. And now we're good. We have this key here, which is probably going to get us access to, I would assume, how we get the boss key or something. Oh, yeah, these guys. Trying to kill me with snowballs. Alright, that's a good chunk there, and I do believe there are going to be more fairies in this room. Yes. So, we'll use Lens of Truth, we'll use arrows. Gotta be one more at least. Nope. But we do have 12 fairies now, and we know where the 13th is. Oh, I can't use Lens of Truth and the fire arrows at the same time. Okay. Can you hear the two-wheel drive slipping on the snow? Yep. I haven't played this one in forever. Mm-hmm. Ah. Thanks. Alright, and then we know where the last one is because it is a very easy place to eventually get to. Okay, we just have to go down. There. Okay, this is where things get a little bit on the tricky side. We can work with this. Alright. Same Johnny, which is why I'm playing it again, because Ace reminded me it's fun. It is indeed. Okay, so there is going to be where we need to actually go to get the boss key. Here is where we go to get... Oop. So I'm going to actually get the boss key, get all that, get the final fairy, play Song of Soaring. That'll take us back to the very beginning of the dungeon, which we can then use. Okay, let's see where we need to go first. So I don't... There. Alright. Now we play the waiting game. Sick is smooth, and the buttons are all in the right places for playing song. I also have an 8-bit Bitto N64 controller, and it's actually playing with that. Feels like the original, but better. Okay. Seems interesting. Does it address the weird controller layout of the N64 in general? You know, what with the... Oh, it won't actually let me see. Use the Lens of Truth while on this. Okay. Unfortunate. I can work with this, I think. I know where it is. It's right over there. Struggling to get the game to use Rumble, though, which kind of sucks. Yeah, the Xbox controller I'm using, it is using the Rumble right out the gate, so there is that at least going for it. You can see the seam a little bit right there, of course, where we do actually need to go. So, that's the very top of it. And the very bottom of it, you can see the little ice things from the edge there, so. Alright, and Tattle is even decided to point the way to this room for us, which is very convenient. Alright, I'd say we're close. Not quite there yet. Now we're there. Fairy number 15 acquired. Now, where would we want to go in order to easily get over there? We'll get the boss key, then we'll go right back to... Dude, the perfect reproduction of the buttons. It even has the mound between the C button. Okay. Neat. So, the way to go about this is obviously just to get to the Deku pad, fly right over. Also, probably should figure out what's over there. But first I'll get the key, just to be safe. Ah yes, we're back. Wow, okay. Looks like next Flex 360 controller. Okay. Good. So that's the one issue. Oh, this man does not learn. Alright, let him go, continue his little game. Use the sound. I don't think he even went to that one little corner spot, which is, well, oh well. As far as the fight is concerned, that was an easy one, definitely. No magic, but that's okay. Alright, we got our key. We can go right down there. See where this takes us. Should take us right back to the top again. Now, we already have all the fairies, so what I'm going to do is see what's over in that one room over there, because I don't think we've explored that room yet. Well, it says we have, but I don't think we actually have. Ah, it looks like it's saying that this is a fast way to get to here. Okay, neat. And that to get to it, I just need to go here. Yeah, and then it'll take... Okay, neat. Yeah, okay. I'm being silly. Alright, now that I know, we'll just play Song of Soaring. That'll take us right back to the beginning. We'll be able to have another 200 rupees in the bank, which at the end of this, so that means that will be in an excellent spot to potentially get some more goodies. Now, I do think we have to come back here as well later on anyways. Not just to get the not just to the Don Garo thing, but I think there's a couple of other heart pieces you can get that kind of require Zora form or something. I know you have to basically have a hook shot to get that one from the Scarecrow, so there's that too. And here we go. Now we're going to get twice the magic. Snowman kind of looks like sewer people from Ratchet and Clank. This game lets you improvise like that instead of having an invisible wall. Trident was uncomfortable to use, but it's also very nostalgic, yes. Alright. Now we're getting twice the magic. Okay. And there we go there. Alright, so now we'll head back into here, climb this again, and then we'll finally beat the boss. It'll give us another heart container. There's only 4 of them in this game, so... But the very final dungeon has 4 separate heart pieces in it, so you can easily get... Trying not to burn my magic off. Oops, Alright, stick wore out. There we go. Now, what's the fastest way to get up? Well, the fastest way is actually going to be this route, I think. This takes us over here. This takes us over here. And now we don't need the ferry anymore for that, so... And we're good there. Oh yeah, I need Fire Arrow. I also need Fire Arrow to actually access the boss. You don't need Fire Arrow to beat the boss. You need it to access him though, so that's how that... So it's kind of a weird take on the Zelda formula anyways. You don't actually use... You don't need to use the item of the dungeon to beat the boss of the dungeon in this case. No, you don't. Alright, then this takes us over here. And that takes us right to here. Now, like I said, you only have to actually kill the boss. You only actually have to kill the boss of this dungeon as part of the Don Garo quest line to get that extra heart piece, but you do have to fight 2 separate sub-bosses. The ones in Woodfall and... Alright. The ones in Woodfall and then the one in Great Bay, so... That does get annoying. So I think that getting fire arrows in the boss dungeon would mean the boss is weak to fire. You would think that. Now there's a couple ways to fight this boss. You could just use regular arrows. I'm not. I'm going to play it the fun way. Which is with the Goron mask. Alright. not let him get away. You actually feel the vibrations of him running. Oh. Well, I didn't get hit by that, but I probably got hit by a rock or something. But the more health he starts to lose, he did speed up there a little bit, but didn't quite work to his favor, so we'll just again. Now that one did actually strike. Alright. Now if you hit him hard enough, you can actually get him to do this. He has suffered heavy damage now. He's going to start spouting out. He's going to also, so we see the stalactites actually. He's going to start throwing bombs. Yep. He is close to death now. Yep. Do not let him get away, though, because otherwise he will turn around and start shooting his little beam attack at us, and that will hurt. Alright. His name is Goat, not Dog or Deer. Yep. And now he has died. I like fighting Goat. Even though it's a simple boss, it's a fun one. So now... there we go. We're up to 10 hearts. And that should be it pretty much for the stream. We can get whatever money we need put into the bank. That'll put us at 4,200. We'd only need 800. Exactly are all of you. I want to play randomizer of this game, but I've heard it's brutal. You do. I know that some of the randomizers do require you basically to do exploits or stuff, and even then, if you do a no logic, it can be unbeatable. Guardians, okay. Why you're in the temples, but why are you the protective gods? Listen to me. Wait. Hey, wait. Okay. Past. Link to the past. Randomizer is the best anyways. I don't know. But I do know this. The winter has officially ended on this. Okay, now that that's opened up. T1 is pretty good. I've heard that too. Well, I've seen that. I've seen people playing. I haven't actually sat down and tried it myself yet, but you know. So we could see if any of the heart pieces are actually now accessible or not. So this is one of the frogs of the Dongaro's quest. We need the other 4. The one of them is in Clocktown. We see him there easily enough. 2 of them are the frogs that you fight as mini bosses, and then I forget who. Ah, there. That should be a heart piece right over there. Or something, anyways. Find out what. There it is. Well, that's something. More money, and more money is good. There is another thing we do need to do, though, before we quite leave, and that's get the new... Got that. Where this takes us. Well, that produced quite the body count. Ooh, this might be a heart piece. Well, it's something, alright. Now we max that out. Wish winter would end. It's pretty fun. Recommended. Alright, well, now that we've done that, we can go back here and either die horrifically or survive that. Alright, we survived that. Back to the Goron village we go. Now we have to be careful here because in this area there is stuff that will kill us. Like the water. There's a heart piece down there. I think that's another heart piece over there, if I'm not mistaken. Alright. It will be night by the time we do that next thing, but that's fine. And we get the powder keg. So what does the powder keg do, you may ask? Well, it allows us to blow open that massive rock that is blocking the way to Romani Ranch. So we can do that as part of the next quest. And that should also get us access to... When a powder keg explode. So I've tested you to see if you can use it properly. I can't let you use it on your own. That blocks the entrance. The boulder. Okay, throw it. There we go. We're on a timer and we have to hurry. Okay, so we'll go up this route. Avoid the wolfos and all that. And basically the goal is to get this to the point where we need it to be with time enough to get away from the blast too, if possible. Technically that's an option, but I'd rather not lose a health if I can help it. So avoid all the enemies that'll try to kill us. Okay. Now we can set it off with a regular arrow. It will produce quite the boom. Now, I could go in here and get the gold dust. That will actually get me another... that will get me another bottle if I do that. The problem is... there's no point aside from selling it to the curiosity shop. So I might as well get the money that I was going to use all squared away. Deposited. Avoid dying from drowning. That's a long fuse. Yeah, but you do want to have a long fuse with that. The fuse is much shorter with the regular powder kegs that in comparison to the test version. So it's like you managed to succeed. Knowing your skills, I feel fine letting you handle powder kegs. It was bad of me to put through such a dangerous test. I want you to take this as an apology. We are now powder keg certified. Now, the bad news, we kind of need to play, or... so I think the next stream is going to be the one where we, A, do the Romani Ranch, B, do... the sword upgrades, and C, do the Gorman troop thing. So, in order, Gorman troop mask. So that means 3 different things are going to be done at once. Gorman troop mask is another one of those masks that's really kind of in the territory of not very useful. It's technically a mechanics mask, but it does exactly one thing from the gameplay perspective, and that is make the part of the Romani side quest easier. Okay. Because if I remember correctly, you can do the Gorman brother thing. Here he is. You can do it. It looks like it's you have to wait till you actually can get the membership. So it is kind of useless then, and it's kind of more of an easy thing to do. Alright. Well, I think we're good to go otherwise, so... so yeah, I think we're good to go ahead and call the stream. We've been at it for a little over 2 hours. You need guitar. Yes, I do. And to get guitar, we need to get Epona's song. And once we get that, though, we're good. Just finished that last night. Bottle and rupees worth it. Yep. You know what? You're right. We might as well do the last thing there. We'll get the rupees from that. We will get the bottle, which... yeah, that does put us at 2 bottles right there. So, yeah, 2 bottles, the ability to get the improved. We won't be able to get the full upgrade sword, but we will at least be able to get to a second bottle, so that'll be worth it in the end, I suppose. Plus, it is a fun little minigame for what it's worth anyways. I do need to check to see where I need to go to get all of the Scarecrow heart pieces. I know there's at least... Well, there is that one. I think there's a couple of others, too. Alright. Now we win the race, get ourselves an improved, or a second bottle. This race can be a bit of a pain, I remember, so we have to be cautious. And if we get hit too many times, it does actually cause us to have some big problems. We lose our spike form if we get hit too many times, so. And hitting those trees is also a problem. Damn it. Oh, no, you don't. Okay, we did just win. Keep losing my half body length, yeah. Alright, now we can just sell the gold dust, get a little bit more money there. That'll put us actually at 4,400, so we only need, from that point, about 600 rupees. Basically, if we get a Giant's Wallet, we won't be able to get the Giant's Wallet in the next cycle, but we will be able to get, technically, on the way to it, I suppose. But okay. Nice clutch, thank you very much. Alright, we are now good to go. We'll sell him the gold dust. We also have a ferry. We can see how much that goes for.
Hi.
That's an immediate huge rupee. Actually... Ferry might be able to give us another 50 rupees or something, so, yeah. That's why time cycles in most games... Still don't have it, that's why time cycles in most games sucks here too, but it's permissible, yeah. Eh, 20 rupees. Maybe we can sell him a powder keg. Aww. No to the powder keg. No, I will not sell your massive bomb here. Damn. Oh well. At least we have 2 baubles now. We're half of the way there to getting the amount we really want in order to be able to do the one area in one go. Man, that guy sure is excited to deposit you rupees. So I think we will go ahead and call it here. Since we did do everything we wanted to do on this cycle, I think it's a good spot to go ahead and call the stream. So, yeah, this has been Ace. I hope you've enjoyed watching me play some more Majora's Mask as much as I've enjoyed playing it. And I hope to see you all again soon. Until then, take care. Ace out. Alright, now all we have to do is